Hello, everybody. It's another episode of Marv and Tim discuss the metaphysics of manifesting in a somber tone. Just kidding. But Marvin Daniels is here, Tim Grimes is here, and we just wanted to hop on. I'm going to put a link above to Marvin's recent video, and I'll put a link above to my recent video, where we both were talking about how gray the manifesting process is for most of us, and getting what you want is rarely as black and white or as cut and dry as many people in the manifesting and particularly the law of assumption community make it seem. And quite frankly, as cut and dry as Neville made it seem, Neville was a very dramatic guy who honestly used a lot of very black and white language that I think is not going to resonate for most people who are into this stuff long term. So yeah, Marv's here. We're just going to go for a couple minutes because we have to jump on a call. But this, Marvin, I know we agree on this completely. The gray area. I think we're talking in a group that free group call a week or two ago. Why do you think people are so quick to like jump on these laws and jump onto like this is how you do it, or jump on the first teacher like you always say and just buy it hook, line, and sinker and be scared to, embrace the gray? Why are people so scared of that, do you think?
Well, I think they are scared of it because it says that they won't get what they want when they want it. And they think if they don't get what they want right away, they think that means that they'll never get it. And I think we just live in an age and a generation of people not having patience. Instagram Reels, TikTok, all of this stuff is fighting for every person's attention. And what Reels and TikTok have done is they've drastically made the attention span for pretty much everybody, teenagers, especially adults, young adults, older adults, they've made that attention span go down. And so this is a consequence is we live in a microwave generation. I always tell people technology is a gift and a curse because what technology has done is it's made us think we deserve everything now. And in my opinion is we get what we earn in most cases. Most people, we don't deserve anything. We think we deserve these things naturally. You hear that language. You hear people tell their friends, oh, you deserve this. Oh, you deserve that. But what did you do to actually deserve it? Why do you deserve a good man when you've been a shitty woman? And vice versa. You think you don't have to change your attitude? You think you just deserve love? And this is where I part ways, and this is where that gray area stuff comes in, because this is what causes people to not want to change their behavior, is because they think they don't have to. So many people think, oh, I don't have to be a good person. I still can attract what I want. Yeah, I think there is some truth behind that, but you'll probably attract the wrong type of people. You'll probably attract the wrong type of situations, and you'll see in time that all comes full circle. All of these people thinking, and again, this goes back to the energy thing. Oh, I don't have to change who I am. I can still be masculine and attract the right man. Okay, well, chances are you probably won't attract the right man. You're going to attract somebody who's probably more feminine than you are, and you're not going to like that. And if you do attract a man who's more masculine than you are, he's probably going to be too masculine because you're at your masculine height. So when you're at your masculine height and then you have a man that's already up here masculine wise, and then he has to take his from here to here, or again, this has nothing to do with gender. This could be homosexual relationships as well, lesbian relationships as well. And you have two alphas never work. They butt heads. So many people think that they don't need to change when that's all Neville talks about is changing your state to match whatever it is that you want. So this idea of I don't have to change, I can just it's a lie to me. It's a lie to me. And Tim, you can go ahead and piggyback off of that.
Yeah, no, those are just great points. One of the main things I think that law of attraction, law of assumption teachings have taught me is and helped me with is you have to grow up. You have to take responsibility. And it's a great point where people hear these ideas that Neville shared, and other popular teachers like Abraham Hicks share, and they interpret them often in this very self-oriented, selfish type of way, where it's like, well, this is how I'm going to get what I want, but they have no real interest in committing to the change, the inward change that is necessary to, first of all, likely see the change they want, the outer. But secondly, even if they do manage to finagle it so they do get the outer change, without the inner change, like Abraham Hicks always says, certainly what Neville always says, because Neville was a hard ass in a good way, right? Like he could be very black and white type of speaker, but he was also a hard ass. I mean, just a brilliant teacher. Again, we love Neville. This is not about us knocking Neville at all. This is just saying that how his advice is interpreted and how SP advice in general is interpreted is like, well, I'm gonna basically be able to eat my cake and not worry about anything and get what I want and like
Exactly.
not have to do the work. And like that's the kind of especially SP manifestation advice we hear. And it's like, all right, great. Maybe that works for you. It's not going to work for most of you that way. But for those of you that it does work, you're going to get the guy back or you're going to get the girl back. But what the heck happens now? You haven't done the inner work to actually make the relationship evolve and develop and mature in a healthy way that I hope that you want. But yeah, I mean, your point about the microwave generation is important because it affects all of us. And, I always think back, there's that classic book, The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity by Catherine Ponder.
Oh yeah, I like that book.
Yeah, it's a great book. And it's amazing, that book and like The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, the law of the promise.
Those books are super long.
they all came out around, and I think Psycho-Cybernetics as well, and a few others. Yeah. They all came out in the like late, I think like all around 1960, late 50s, early 60s, all those books. Anyway, Dynamic Laws of Prosperity, she gives multiple like, success stories in there. And I know you'll love this because you love the law success stories. Yeah. Great success stories of successful business people going from broke to very prosperous. And like the normal length of time is like, impressively, he just did this in 6 years, or like he just did this in 8 years. And it's like, holy shit. Like if people hear that today, they're like, oh my God. And this is Catherine Ponder don't play. Like I think she's still alive. Like but she's the real deal. Like she's one of the best teachers of this stuff that I've encountered for sure. Particularly for affirmation stuff. Those of you into Sammy Ingram, you really should check out Catherine Ponder, like, cause she really explains the affirmation stuff well. But yeah, like that was the normal expectation. Okay, you want to cultivate a more prosperous mind and attitude and outlook. That's going to take you years, and it's worth it. Like, and it's not to say that you're necessarily not going to see results quickly, but the fulfillment, the full harvest is not a short-term thing. But the microwave marketing type of element obviously denies the reality of that. So,
and something I've also noticed too is most people, and you guys know this, especially you guys that have been following this for a long time and studying this stuff, people that get stuff fast, they never keep it. And also people that get stuff fast, they never appreciate what they get. I've noticed that in life, is that people, when they get stuff handed to them in a fast way versus actually having to work for it, people appreciate stuff more when they, just like you guys know, if you've been in a bad breakup, when a lot of you finally get your person back, you feel a sense of relief and you actually want to do what it takes to keep them. You cherish them now because you've gone through the struggle and you know what it's like to mess up and then finally get them back. Or you know what it's like to mess up and learn from a previous relationship. So when you get into your next relationship, you tell yourself, I'm never going to go through this again because I know what this feels like. I know I need to be better. And so you do everything you can in that next relationship, or when you get your old SP back, you do everything you can to try to make that relationship work. And it's, as that saying goes, you don't know what you got till it's gone. And I've just noticed, like I said, when people have to work for things, they appreciate it so much more versus when things are handed to them. I mean, think about the rich kids. You hear about so many rich people and their kids being spoiled because they didn't have to work for anything. Everything was just fucking handed to them for their entire life. So they don't appreciate shit. This manifestation shit, in my opinion, is the same way. There's very few people who have gratitude when they manifest shit very quickly, or when they manifest shit from doing LOA principles, if you want to call it that. Very few people, in my opinion, have gratitude. And if you pay attention to all of the great teachers, Neville, Florence, Abraham, they all talk about gratitude and how powerful that is. Jesus, you go back to all these great teachers always talking about how we have to have gratitude. And what I'm seeing is a lot of people in the manifesting community, a lot of you don't have gratitude. You just want what you want when you want it. If you don't get it, you think you're doing something wrong. You become self-critical. You shit on coaches like Tim and I who are telling you, yo, it's going to take a long time, most likely. And you just jump from coach to coach trying to find who's going to give you the quickest results. And it never works out.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, a lot of people watching this video. That's not the case for them because they've been through. You know, they reckon. You know, we have generally speaking mature LOA viewers here, but for people new to the channel, you know, it can seem like hard medicine what we're talking about, but like, you know, all the teachers that we've mentioned on this video, they all went through difficulties. They were all tested. And if you don't think you're going to be tested applying these principles, you're in all likelihood very misguided. And a lot of the popular teachers on YouTube are basically telling you, you're not going to be tested. This is all going to be easy. This is all you have to do. And you're going to get what you want. And when that doesn't happen, because that's not what's going to happen for 99% of you, when that doesn't happen, you start to shame yourself and guilt yourself because you're like, well, I did something wrong because these teachers are telling me it should be easy. I should be able to get it quickly. And in the online space, people gaslight you because they believe these teachers and they're like, well, you're doing something wrong. This is not how you're supposed to do it. Just do it this way. And that's all such utter immature bullshit. It's immature. It's not right. And, you know, something that has been on my mind recently too is like, you know, people spend so much money on education now. College costs a lot of money. And yet people don't actually read or listen to the books that, like, you know, we just mentioned made around 1960. Like, they don't spend the time to do that, to get mature advice. They instead get microwave advice. And that's the difference between getting very good advice and getting advice that can really F up your life. So I hope that this video was foreboding enough for all of you. we got to go. Marvin, thank you. Yeah, if you are interested in a free consultation with Marvin and I in regards to SP stuff, our group coaching program is open. You can fill out the questionnaire in the description and in the comment section, and we will get back to you about scheduling a free consultation. Any parting words, Marvin?
No, that's it. Just looking forward to whoever joins the group and making a difference.
Awesome. All right. Wherever you are, guys, make a difference and do your best to just be you and accept that in a peaceful, happy way. We'll talk soon. Bye.